Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have two treats to try from Sakura Co. And honestly, I've kind of been looking forward to both of these. They both look really tasty to me. I'm really excited. So the first we're doing is the white miso financier. So it's that financier little cake with white miso in it, which is really different. I don't think we've really seen a lot of miso showing up in a ton of the sweets, but I am really curious to see how this turns out, so I'm very much looking forward to that. We are also doing the Tsuru no Sato Marshmallow cake, and if the only bit that makes sense is that there's going to be marshmallow involved, especially with how small it is for a cake, don't worry, you've got the basic. The main bullet point anyways. It is a marshmallow, but this one is filled with a yellow bean paste to give it kind of an egg sort of appearance. Yeah, this is not the first time we've seen something of this sort on the channel where it's kind of mimicking the appearance of an egg. I think this might be the most color correct for it. Regardless, I am looking forward to it. I love the marshmallows and bean pastings that we've been getting from these different subscription boxes, so I am really excited for this episode. So let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright, so we are going to start with this financier. Oh, here we go. Just on the wrong end. So yeah, it's just this little cake with some sesame seeds for decoration. Mine definitely has the seeds in a different arrangement than they've got in their picture. It is super moist. Holy cow. Especially the top. The top of this cake is actually kind of sticky. And it just breaks off beautifully like that. That's interesting. That's really different. So it is extremely moist. So moist, so soft. Holy cow. Texture-wise, we've gotten some amazing things. Flavor-wise, it's kind of funky. Because this is sweet, but it's also got that savory umami, salty from the miso. It is really, you see kind of the pairing of sweet and salty all over the place, but that is really kind of different in a treat. I think it's not bad. I don't know how much I care for it compared to some other things that we've had, but it is kind of good, and it's something really, really different. Yeah, that is really, really different. Yeah, I'd say, maybe worth the shot if you have the chance to try, but that is kind of weird and funky because it does definitely, you can taste the miso in there. It is definitely, you can taste that it is a miso flavored financier. That is definitely different. I'd say this is for somebody who's feeling kind of a bit adventurous, who likes playing with these sorts of flavor combinations, because it is definitely unusual. So moving on to our Tsuru no Sato Marshmallow cake. That smells beautifully of marshmallow, and it's even shaped like an egg. They did a really great job designing this. It's like perfectly rounded on the top. They did a great job. does kind of look egg yolk yellow, that bean paste in there. That is pretty good. It's a good marshmallow, great texture, and the bean paste in there is really nice and smooth. I will say this though, is usually a lot of the things that we get with bean paste, like the dorayaki, which long-time viewers will know I am in love with, usually the other components they make less sweet to help balance the sweetness of the bean paste, because bean paste is extremely sweet. Beans over in Japan are very much a sweet food, which is part of why it shows up all over the place in traditional confections and sweets. This one, they did not tone down the sweetness of the marshmallow. It's good, it is really tasty, but it is also very, very sweet. So if you're a little unsure of that, if it's easy for you to get overwhelmed, maybe try something else, or get just one and, try it on its own. This is not something that you could eat a ton of. But it is good. Both of these, honestly, are pretty good. Kochi-sama. So to recap, we did, they had me open it from the bottom, the white Miso Financier, which is perfectly soft and moist and delicious, very sweet. It is also kind of funky. The miso flavoring is definitely unusual. I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but for something different to try, I do recommend, because it is really unique and it is just kind of a fun experience. But it definitely, if you're somebody who's kind of cautious about this, you can tell it has the miso in there. You really can. We also did our Tsuru no Sato Marshmallow cake, which perfectly soft marshmallow. The bean paste is wonderfully smooth. Both components are very sweet though, so be prepared. This is not something that this is not something I think most people would be able to eat a lot of just in one sitting. It is tasty. It's just very, very sweet, which is kind of unusual, I have to admit, for the Japanese snacks and sweets that we've had. It seems like usually they're pretty good about balancing the sweetness level. So it is unusual to get something that is very sweet like that. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jane!